And now we are going to check discussion essay. Yes. So let's have a look at this essay. The adverse effect of sugar on health is well known to the public now. The government should control the amount of the thing it's responsibility with. Okay. It is argued that intake of sugar should be controlled by government at the same time. I think it's better to use while, no, instead of at the same time. It's better to write while others, other side, while others suppose that duty of control and sugar consumption should lay on people's shoulders. Well, there is an opinion that government has a great deal of ways to influence on the situation with sugar consumption. I believe that only a person have power. Well, I believe that a person oneself, has a power, has power on what one eats, and period. I believe that a person, instead of only be changing oneself, has power on what one needs. On the one hand, the main goal of the government takes care of people's health. Well, it's better to write this way. Is the main goal of the government is to take care of people's health, that they have a power and ability to create measures which reduce sugar consumption. So we are trying to explain, so it's better to write to use this linking phrase like before you start the explanation part. So that is to say, you can say, that is to say, they have power. We don't need a like if it's general, it has general meaning without the article. That is to say, they have power and ability to create measures which reduce sugar consumption. To get a clear understanding of the point, it's better to add this phrase among its citizens. They have power and ability to create measures which reduce sugar consumption among its citizens. These measures will be valuable. These measures will be valuable because government can force people to follow. Not valuable, these measures will be convincing, maybe. This adjective is appropriate. These measures will be convincing because government can force people to follow them. For instance, there was a research which was published in New York Times where scientists made a conclusion that law of publishing warnings about sugar consumption on the packing of products reduce a base rate. It is what rate? A base rate. We have like a particular definite rate. So reduce a base rate for 10%. I disagree. So when you're giving your opinion, so you are at the end of the paragraph you're gonna give your opinion. So before you start, I disagree, write like however, okay, this linking word. So however, I disagree that with that point of view. Well, with that point of view, it's also not clear. Don't write this way. It's better to say I do not think that government thinks that government government's healthy government's healthy way of lifestyle. Well, let me think. Government's healthy. Let's see. Their program. I do not think that government's healthy lifestyle program will be effective. So now it's more clear, yeah? If instead of writing this, I disagree with that point. With which point? About point that government's healthy lifestyle program. With this point, yeah, I don't think that health will be effective. Like it, yeah, I do not think will be effective. That's like a for disagree, because government cannot control each person and how much sugar, not how many, and how much sugar one eats, not once. One consumes, one eats. On the other hand, each person has own individual features, characteristics, maybe. Okay, maybe better to write this one. Each person has own individual mindset, preferences, and depends. So we have plural, yeah, mindset, preferences. That's why we don't need s. And depend on them. One can control sugar consumption. Government gives people only general recommendation about reducing sugar intake is a person's own decision. So instead of writing this way, own decision of each person, this sounds better. Government gives people only general recommendation, but reducing sugar intake is a person's own decision. Hence, no one can take care of person's health better than themselves as individuals. No can better than. We usually write themselves at the end or after the verb. At the end of the sentence. Okay, it's better. No one can take care of person's health better than individuals themselves. For example, if a person can follow simple rules, not can follow, so you can signify will follow, yeah, not can, will follow simple rules of diet, they can significantly reduce variety of health problems down on the road. Well, down on the road, it means in the future, so student is using the idiom. That's good. Okay, in conclusion, well, some people believe that government should take care of the model. We don't use like s, verb with s, just the base verb you need to use should take care. Well, we have used just take care already. Where is it? It was somewhere. Where is take care? Here's take care. We have it, yeah. So let's change it by another word. should be in charge of, we have here of. In conclusion, while some people believe that government should be in charge of sugar consumption of, should be in charge of people's sugar consumption, because they have power and ways to do it. I suppose that only a person can force oneself to follow restrictions sugar's intake, because only one knows how will be better for one's own health. Okay, done checking. So we have checked the discussion essay.